The desert colony of New Cardis was quiet that afternoon. Too quiet for 8-year-old Eli Drayton, who sat outside his family's outpost tinkering with scraps of metal and wire. His father had once said the desert was alive with secrets. But Eli didn't see much life here. Just endless dunes, cracked stone, and the faint hum of the shield dome that kept out the storms. His mother worked in the communications tower, and his father was away with the salvage crews beyond the northern ridge. So Eli filled his days with invention, imagination, and a strange sense of longing he couldn't explain. That day, he was building something special, a toy starfighter. Small, metallic, a little crooked, but it could glide a few feet when thrown just right. He had carved tiny wings from repurposed alloy sheets and added a round bead for the cockpit. When he was done, he smiled proudly until he noticed someone watching from the dunes. At first, he thought it was just the wind stirring dust. But then, the figure moved. Small, thin, wearing a long cloak of woven sand thread. Two large, shimmering eyes reflected the sunlight like pools of silver. Eli froze. He had heard stories about the Vereen, the desert-dwelling aliens who had once lived across the wastelands before humans arrived. Most colonists said they were reclusive, even dangerous. But this one looked lonely. The alien child hesitated, half hidden behind a rock, eyes fixed on the toy in Eli's hand. Eli slowly raised it up. "You like it?" he asked softly. The alien tilted its head. Its voice was like wind over glass, a faint, melodic whisper. "What is it?" "It's a ship," Eli said. "It can fly, well, kind of." He threw it gently. It arced through the air, gliding for a few seconds before landing in the sand near the alien's feet. The alien stared at it, as though it had seen magic. Its long fingers picked up the toy, turning it over carefully. Then its eyes lifted to meet Eli's. "It flies?" Eli nodded. "Yeah, it's yours." The alien blinked, startled. "Mine?" "Sure," Eli said with a grin. "I can make another." For a moment, the world held still. Then the alien's silver eyes brightened faintly. "You gave it to me," it whispered. "No one gives things." Eli shrugged. "You look sad." "My mom says when someone's sad, you share something that makes you happy." The alien child clutched the toy close, almost trembling. "Thank you." "Eli." Eli blinked in surprise. "You know my name?" "Everyone knows the humans who live by the northern ridge." The alien said softly, "But none talk to us." Before Eli could answer, a faint chime echoed from the alien's wristband. A signal. The child's expression changed instantly to fear. "I must go." "Wait." Eli called. "Will I see you again?" The alien hesitated, eyes shining with something like guilt. "If the winds allow." Then it turned and vanished into the dunes, leaving only a faint trail of footprints behind. Eli stood there for a long while, staring at where the alien had been, feeling something in his chest, a connection he couldn't explain. That night, a storm rolled over New Cardis. Lightning crackled against the shield dome, and the colony's lights flickered. Eli barely slept. He kept thinking about those silver eyes and the wonder in them. By morning, the storm had passed, but the silence outside was deeper than usual. His mother hadn't returned from her night shift. The comms tower was dead. Then he heard the first rumble, not thunder this time, but engines. Eli ran to the ridge and froze. Descending from the sky were ships, dozens, hundreds, black and silver, their hulls marked with glowing sigils. They weren't human. They were Vereen warships, vast and ancient, blotting out the dawn. His heart raced. "Mom?" The ground shook as the first of the vessels landed beyond the dunes. Troops emerged, towering armored figures with curved spears and cloaked standards. Within minutes, the colony was surrounded. Eli's mother ran to him, breathless, pulling him back toward the shelter. "Stay down, Eli. Don't look at them." "But they're not attacking," he said, trembling. "Why aren't they attacking?" That's when they saw it. A single smaller vessel landing closer to their home. Its ramp opened, and from the shadows emerged the alien child from the dunes, holding the tiny toy starfighter in its hands. Beside it stood an older figure, tall, regal, wearing armor inlaid with gold and obsidian. The child said something in the Vereen tongue, voice quivering. The elder turned toward the humans, and then, to everyone's shock, bowed. The colony guards raised their weapons in confusion, but the elder spoke through a translator device. We have come in answer to a gesture that crosses the stars. The humans exchanged glances. A human child gave my daughter a gift of peace, something our kind believed long forgotten. Murmurs spread through the soldiers. The elder continued, "Among our people, when one offers a symbol of flight, it means they wish for another's freedom. Your child offered that to my blood. We cannot ignore such honor." Eli's mother looked at him in disbelief. "Eli, what did you do?" Eli stepped forward hesitantly, clutching his jacket. "I just gave her a toy." The elder knelt before him, lowering the ornate spear. "You gave her hope. For centuries, our kind believed humans sought only dominion. But this," he gestured to the toy, "this speaks of something greater." Behind the elder, rows of warriors struck their spears against the ground, a thunderous sound of unity, not war. "We came prepared to defend," the elder said, "but we will leave as allies." That day became known across the outer colonies as the Silent Accord. The Vereen ships hovered above the dunes for 2 more days, sending envoys and medics to share supplies and healing technologies. The humans, once fearful of the alien nomads, now watched in awe as they worked side by side. And everywhere the Vereen warriors went, the story spread of a small boy who offered a toy, not knowing it was a sacred symbol among their kind. Eli learned later that on Vereen worlds, giving another the image of a skyship meant entrusting them with your dream, a vow of mutual protection. It was something only warriors exchanged before a great war. For a child to offer it to their heir was beyond comprehension. The alien child, Kayla, returned often after that. She brought new toys crafted from glowing minerals and energy orbs. They played together beneath the twin suns, while their parents spoke of treaties and peace. Once, Eli asked her why the Vereen brought so many ships just because of a toy. Kayla smiled softly. "Because," she said, "on my world, gestures speak louder than words. You show my people that not all humans see us as monsters. Sometimes, the smallest act changes everything." Eli looked down at the worn little ship she had returned to him. Its paint was chipped, its wings bent, but he kept it safe. "I'm glad I did it," he said. "You looked like you needed a friend." Kayla nodded. "I did." Years later, the story of Eli and Kayla became part of both human and Vereen folklore. Songs were written about the boy who gifted the sky. The toy starfighter was kept in the Hall of Unity on the planet Verith, encased in crystal, a reminder that peace began with a child's kindness. And sometimes when the storms rolled across New Carthus again, Eli would stand on the ridge and look up at the glowing shapes in the night sky, the Vereen patrol ships that now guarded the colony, not as enemies, but as friends. He would smile,